What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to the Warframe video. So, I've had an eventful day today. I was recording this video about 5 or 6 hours ago. My power went out mid-recording, so here we are. As soon as my power came back, recording the Styanax first impressions and build setup video. We'll also be talking about how you can easily play Styanax, and he's really good, actually. He's really strong, just not really top tier. So we're gonna go over Styanax's abilities today, my current build for him, good weapons with Styanax, and basically, yeah, that. Also, you cannot currently buy Styanax in game. The only way you can get Styanax is from the little giveaway thing DE's doing, where you get him for free for logging in. You literally can't even buy him for Helminth right now. So if you want Styanax's Helminth, you need to sacrifice the one free one they gave you. I don't know how that happened, but that's it. So I don't have Styanax's Helminth, even though I probably would have bought it anyway. Before we get into it, though, make sure to check the live channel. There will be Twitch drops on the channel for Warframe, so come on with your Twitch account linked, and you'll get some, I think it's like a Forma or something, relic pack. It's RNG. All right, let's go over Styanax today. So he's the newest frame, number 50. And as far as abilities, we're going to just go over them pretty rapid fire here, but try to make sure we keep all the information in here as well. So Styanax's passive. Depending on how many shields you currently have, that will increase the crit chance of weapons. It's about 1% crit chance for every 40 shields you have when you're firing the gun. It checks like regularly in mission. It's like, let's say I fire one bullet and I have like 2,000 shields. And then like an enemy shoots me, the second bullet right after that will have less crit than the first bullet when I had more shields. That's basically how you can look at it. And it's not like crazy strong. It's a good amount of crit chance, but it's not going to be like, oh man, I'm guaranteed red crits all the time on the Brat and Vandal now. It's not like that. So decent there, and some of his abilities do give you shields back. Also, there's Helminth abilities like Pillage that can give you shields back, so pretty good stuff there. Decent passive. Very Harrow-esque. His first ability is Axios Javelin. You toss this javelin out, and it explodes and pulls enemies in. While the enemies are pulled in, they will be basically stuck there in a vortex, and it does some damage too. Decent range, and you can actually rapid fire these javelins off. That's why I think Natural Talent's really good on Styanax. It's going to make it where you can just like spam javelins, CCing everything, and making it very easy to kill with either weapons or your abilities. So, grouping ability for the first one, with some damage tied to it. Not that great of damage, but whatever. Second ability is going to go great with this grouping skill. It's going to be Thorough Strike. You basically launch these shields in front of you that will remove enemy armor and shields, and it will heal you and deal some damage. So, group a lot of enemies up, armor strip them, and then they're dead in like one hit, basically, from anything after that. Also gives you healing. Might be good with some of the new Archon mods that we're not going to show in the build, but I'll briefly talk about it later. Rally Point. Very, very powerful ability right here. It's a buff. You cast this, and you're in buff mode. And while you're in Rally Point, getting kills or assists will give you shields, and it will scale with strength. So it's 50 shields at base. With the build I have right now, it's 121 shields. If you jam a lot of strength, like a lot of strength, you could probably get a full shield gate in one kill. This is one of the weaknesses of Styanax, though. Some of his abilities, like he really wants shield gating a lot, but he has to actually get a kill to get shields back, unless you're using like auger mods. So yeah, he has like no like innate shield regen abilities besides this. Additionally, this gives you and your teammates energy regen per second. And it has a radius and a duration, so it's a really crazy powerful ability. And that energy rate per second, it blows Gyre out of the water, the other most recent frame. Gyre's third ability is trash compared to this, because Gyre's third ability only gives energy to her. This gives energy to everybody, and it gives that shield per kill to everybody too, so it's really crazy good. And his fourth ability is the Barrage of Spears, the final stand. You go into the air and you just barrage spears down. The longer duration you have, the more spears you will throw overall. Range stat increases the size of the explosions, and damage increases the damage of the javelins as well. If you don't have a lot of strength, this does not feel that strong, to me at least, for high-level enemies, but it's up to you. There's lots of ways you can build this guy. I'm going to show you first a pretty high power strength build, but you don't even need a really high power strength build to kill enemies really easily. So here's the basic gameplay loop of Styanax. Always have your 3 active. If your 3 is not active, you definitely did something wrong. And then just, run around, pin enemies to walls with your javelin, stun them, and then use your 4 to just nuke them down. The Panzer Volpaphyla is like Styanax's favorite companion, as it is pretty much everyone's favorite companion, because he does so many force slash procs. Those javelins we throw in his 4th are force slash procs, so if you put viral procs on enemies, they're going to take a lot more damage. Let's viral proc them up, and basically just a barrage of slash proc death. While you're in that 4th ability, you can get shot. That's one of the big weaknesses, is like, I'm going to unpause these guys. If you're not killing stuff while you're in that 4, you are going to die. If the enemies are too tanky, you're just going to die in that 4. So let's get them at level like 190. That's what they're at right now. Some of the most annoying enemies I can spawn in here, health and armor-wise. And let's do everything we can to stay alive here. I have Arcane Aegis that actually was kind of cheating, so we are invincible. I'm going to recommend Arcane Aegis on him. So if we were not killing these guys fast enough, we would have died there. Like, straight up, we would have died. I definitely saw our health bar go down there, or our shield bar, rather. And, yeah, he does not really have the tools to deal with that. Also, you cannot do rolling guard. While you're in his 4, you cannot do rolling guard. So, you can cancel out of it. You can cast his 1 while you're in his 4. You can cast his 2 while you're in his 4. It's a little bit glitchy, as you can see. And I think you can even cast his 3 while you're in his 4. You can recast it. So, pretty cool stuff. But as you can see right there, if I'm like, oh, whoa, there's gunners shooting at me. There's heavy gunners shooting at me while I'm in my 4. I'm gonna have to use my 1 to stun them, or just die. Those are like your two options. Really hope that you have good aim with that spear, or just die, because that's I guess these are designed. So you see right there, I hit them with the spear while I'm in my 4. They're really easy to take care of, and I can just armor strip them, make a complete joke. Gas weapons actually are very, very good for him, because if you think about it, he has everything that a gas build could want. Let's first show the build before we go over that. He has a grouping skill and a full easy armor strip. This is the build I've been rocking. Now, Holster Amp, I was testing with this. You don't need to run this. Holster Amp does buff the damage of his 4th ability. So if you switch weapons before you go into his 4, you'll have a couple seconds of increased damage, which, you know, is pretty big bump right there. But your other aura mods are going to work great too. So the things we're building for on this, now this is meant to be a full armor strip with no other shenanigans. And this is with no Helminth as well. If you want to go for full armor strip without this much strength, maybe you think like it's a little bit overkill, because it kind of is, you can actually go with something like, not that one, that's a leveling build, this. Now, Corrosive Rejection and Armor Strip actually stack together really nicely nowadays. With a non-full strip setup, so we've got 199% strength, it will be a 99% armor removal. Guess what? Corrosive Rejection adds on top of that armor removal, and it will make it 100, even though we don't have enough power strength to do that. Now, of course, we do have Molt Augmented, we technically could get to that, but I'm just going to showcase that to you right now. So basically, you know, it should not fully remove enemy armor. Their health bar should still be yellow, but if Corrosive Rejection is additive to it, it will be a full strip, just to showcase that real quick. But yeah, as far as gas weapons and Styanax, think about it. He has a grouping skill and a full armor strip. Isn't that just like perfect for what a gas weapon wants? Full armor strip with 199% strength, gas proc in the cloud, and it's just open season on these gunners. Alright, so armor strip, pretty good. You don't need as much strength as I do, but for nuking the steel path with his 4, I do think that you do want a good amount of strength. Now we're only going a couple percent higher. Another thing, since his second ability does heal him, this is okay, no one's going to have this right now besides people that transmuted. Arcane Intensify will be available next week. What Arcane Intensify does, it's 30% power strength, but if you use an ability that will give healing, it will give you another 30% power strength for 10 seconds. You could just replace Umbral Intensify with that, and if you're using his 2 to heal, it will be more power strength than Umbral Intensify. It's 44 on Umbral Intensify versus 60 total here. But it's not a big difference, and also you have to be taking damage in the first place to get low health to heal him. So you could run Combat Discipline if you wanted to take damage on purpose, which definitely is an option you could go for. He has a health tank option and a shield tank option, which is kind of cool. So we're not gonna make a level 190 because I'm gonna die really quickly if they all shoot me. I'll just do 50. Let's see if we can take a little bit of health damage here, and I'll show Arcane Intensify working. All right, well, die a little bit too fast there. So basically, Arcane Intensify, you can use it with Combat Discipline to get an extra little bit of power strength. That's going to work on other frames too. It's not like a Styanax exclusive thing. It's just because his 2 does heal. And by the way, his 2 is his Helminth, so you could just do the exact thing I was talking about in other frames. But I'm gonna stick with Umbral Intensify for right now. It works great. And like I said, if you want to go lower strength, be my guest. Really high duration's funny too. Let's get some Steel Path gameplay. Really high duration. The most spears I've been able to throw is 107 spears with like 300 plus duration. There is a plus duration arcane from Zeramon, and I'm going to remember the name of it right now. It is called Molt Efficiency, I believe. It's going to give you 36% duration as long as you have shields going. And this guy is a kind of a shield-based frame, so this one from Dymos is going to be pretty interesting. I'm not going to say it's like a must-have at all. I'm not even running it. As far as Arcanes, I think I'm running Aegis. He's a pretty good Aegis frame. You think about it. Every kill gives you some shields. That's another chance of Aegis proccing every time you get a kill. Aegis, the way it works is it basically gives you like crazy shield regen for 12 seconds, but it's only a 3% proc chance. So if you're a gambling man, go for it, and you'll have some crazy survivability. I definitely find the survivability a little bit lacking if you don't use something like this, because just the enemies get pretty tanky. If you're not killing everything in one hit, the enemies fire pretty quickly in this game, so you can actually die relatively easily. But that's mostly on the steel path. He's in a completely dumpster every normal. If you ever play a normal mission with this guy, it's just not even like it's not even a thing. Every kill gives you like 100 plus shields with a build like this. The enemies deal like 10 damage per bullet. If you stack adaptation on there too, it's like this isn't even fair. And everyone in the game has this frame too, so that's really nice. So as far as weapons I've been rocking on him, I've been using the Gas Sylvan Aegis. The reason the Sylvan Aegis been using that, and I'm just gonna be totally honest with you guys right now, is like, look at how cool it looks with Styanax. He's a Spartan frame. It's not a sword and spear, or it's not shield and spear, but it's a sword and shield. And if you have the Sigma Octantis, you could also try that. But the Sigma Octantis probably isn't as good for a gas build, but it does look cooler in my opinion. For the Sylvan Aegis, put some gas on here, and once they're armor stripped and grouped up, they're just dead. Like it's pretty much just one hit and they're dead. So that's pretty fun. You can always run an Epitaph Viral Primer as well. I'd highly recommend the Panzerwolfaphyla. I mean, I'm sure like every YouTube video out there is like Panzerwolfaphyla or Schmiede, or like get wrecked pretty much. I'm rocking the Trumna on him. Since the enemies are all grouped up, it makes like the Trumna big boom shot like just disgusting. It's also good against Acolytes. His 4 is okay against Acolytes. His armor strip does work on Acolytes and Demolus. Oh, by the way, so they're just like rambling about his abilities. Styanax's second ability, his Helminth, it knocks Demolus backwards. It armor strips them and knocks them backwards, so it's really, really good for disruption. Once you can actually buy or farm him, I'll probably get that and maybe like rock it on whoever, like maybe even on Revenant, honestly, because Revenant is like complete cheese mode right now. As you see, I almost died right there. I'm probably gonna die in a couple seconds here. If you are not constantly killing with him on his 4, you're just dead. Like he is a frame that requires constant murdering or constant CC. Thankfully, he can be a weapon frame or an ability frame. And if you want to go like more weapon focused on him, you could honestly subsume off his 4, since it's a kind of dangerous ability to be using, since you can get nuked down while you're in it. Maybe they should think of something where it's similar to Garuda's 4. With Garuda's 4, it's kind of similar to this, where you're like stuck in it. But in Garuda's 4, you are invincible during the cast. But at the same time, it might be kind of crazy if you're invincible during the cast of his 4. So I don't know, because Garuda's 4 is more debuff focused. This is a more damage. Like there is no debuff with his 4. It is meant to kill the enemies, and those 4 slash procs do pretty well against killing the enemies. As far as Helminth options, we already went over Pillage earlier. I'm going to do probably a full like Helminth video on him in the future. This is like a first impressions kind of setup. But Roar's probably really good. I heard some things with Mirage Eclipse working at his 4, even though it's not really a weapon, but whatever. Condemn from Harrow, since that's going to be an easy way to get shields. And like I said, he only gets shields from kills. I think I die right here, actually. Yeah, I had a slash proc on me. So, yeah, if I got my 4 as quickly as possible, I couldn't kill him fast enough. So, yeah, I'd highly recommend Natural Talent on him, too. Just because it makes casting the spear throw a lot better. It doesn't really make the 4 too much better. Like you don't throw spears faster with Natural Talent, but it feels a lot, especially his 3. His 3 cast time without Natural Talent feels really bad. Let's see if I can find the Acolyte kill in this clip. Might be like right around here. All right. Well, there's some Eximus right there. You can armor strip Eximus while they have Overguard up. I mean, that's already been a thing, but it definitely works with him. And yeah, I recommend him. I mean, it's not like I have to recommend him because you already probably have him. If you don't already have him, you didn't give him the free login thing, and you're like watching this video like a month or 2 down the line, I'm sorry to hear that. Go grind those call missions, man. Go find those secrets and save your brothers. Yeah, so I'll see you guys next time. Hope the video is helpful. I have a couple more things I kind of want to show where it's like I've been messing around with some stuff. Since his 4 makes him airborne, I kind of want to try an aerodynamic like aviator setup. So think about it. This Boreal's Hatred mod right here. It will technically give you a little bit more crit chance because of his passive, but look at this. Increased ability efficiency so you can spam more, and also damage reduction while airborne. So damage reduction while airborne, he's in his 4, 20% there, 24% from the Aura mod, another 24% damage reduction. Adaptations going to give you some more as well. Now they capped it, like you can't be like damage immune from like Aerodynamic anymore like you used to be able to, but it sounds like kind of fun. I mean, for like normal content, like, you know, he can handle the Steel Path as long as you can constantly kill everything. But for like normal levels, I think a fun build like that could be interesting. So hope you guys found the video helpful. I'll see you next time. And yeah, like pillage, roar, whatever. His weapon, the spear gun, I don't like it very much. So we'll see. We'll see about that one. We did a lot of testing on that thing last night. So I'll probably be live here in a couple minutes. If I'm not live, I'll see you tomorrow. That power outage really killed my drive right now. I'm glad I got the video out at least. Also, I think Zenarek does stack, the 5 energy per second from Zenarek does stack with his 3, so that's pretty nasty. Alright guys, see you next time. Peace.